I'm Nick Robbins. I'm a product manager with the NSX Advanced Load Balancer team. I've been working at VMware for about 5 years now, and I've been involved in HOL the entire time. I'm responsible for creating the labs that involve the load balancing product, and we've got an entire catalog of labs that cover the different use cases that you can do with the Advanced Load Balancer. So we've got one lab that covers global server load balancing, which is how you do load balancing across multiple data centers in different geos. So you can steer that traffic based on geographic location of the user. Do hot site, cold site, canary type deployments. We have a lab focused on security where we do a web application firewall. We've got bot detection features and denial of service features in there. We kind of cover all those different ways to enhance your security of your applications. We've got another lab that covers Kubernetes. We enable automatic deployment of load balancing services for those Kubernetes applications. And then I have one lab in there for migrating off of legacy load balancers. So if you've got an F5 or an NSXT load balancer that you need to get migrated off onto a modern platform, we got you covered there. So I mean, there's a lot of different ways to use the Advanced Load Balancer. I'm sure at least someday when you're going through your day-to-day, you're going to come up with one of these new use cases like, oh, I need a higher level of security. Or, oh, now I need to deploy a new data center in Europe. How do I get my traffic covered across both of them? So, I mean, depending on what comes up in your day-to-day, we probably got a lab that will help you figure that out. This is the perfect kind of environment to do all of your testing in because it is completely sandbox. There's nothing you have to worry about. You can get in there and tinker just as much as you want. You can try every little knob and switch and see how it affects your traffic and your routing, and it's a great way to learn. Typically, the audience for these labs would be more your advanced network infrastructure engineer. You wouldn't usually have a lot of application guys in there. It'd be mostly your network guys. And it's a good way for them to learn stuff that's not part of their core job either, because they're probably going to be focused on just network parts, and then now we start to expose them to that security part or that Kubernetes deployment application side. So it's a good way to help the network guy break out of his shell, plus, start to see how they can use it in different ways. So there's quite a bit of scripting. It's a very dynamic lab, so as new use cases come along or new features come along, I can inject that stuff into the lab mid-year without causing a lot of ruckus. You don't necessarily have to break it up and start a brand new one. I can dynamically update that stuff all through scripting and coding outside of it. And it just really helps us come up with use cases. As customers come to us and say, man, it'd be really nice if you had a use case for this in this lab, I can probably stitch that in without having to wait till next year. Just get in there and have fun and take them. Break it, start over, do as many as you want. It's a great way to do it. It doesn't cost you a thing.